Hi, I'm Matt.
Hey there, I'm Bianca.
And in this video, we're going to go over all the swinger terminology out there that we can think of anyway.
So keep watching.
We've done a lot of these videos over the years.
Yes, we have.
And over the years, we've described a lot of the different terminology, a lot of the different words. The terminology has changed since we've been doing this. There's just been a lot, but that is a question that we do get a lot. We'll do a video, and we think we're clear, and then someone will be like, "Well, what's a unicorn?"
Right.
And we're like, "Oh, I thought everybody knew that."
Yeah.
But that's not the case.
Yeah.
So we figured we would actually just kind of create a video that has all of the swinger terminology. When I say all of the swinger terminology, I'm sure there's going to be new ones. And
there's things that'll have been left out or things that we didn't even know about.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So let's just start with a swinger. What's a swinger?
A swinger is someone who practices an ethical non-monogamy.
That's right. And the difference between ethical and non-ethical is where the difference lies in that.
Sure.
And generally where a swinger is the fact that it is oftentimes, not always, oftentimes, a couple, whether they're married or they've been together a long time or they're just dating, but there are actually a couple that goes and has sex with other couples or singles ethically so that the other person knows what they're doing.
Right.
All right. And like I said, there's something called a unicorn. What's a unicorn?
Right. Unicorn is typically a single female in the lifestyle. Yeah.
And so they are a unicorn. Why are they called a unicorn?
Well, when we got into the lifestyle, they were known as the mythical creature. Very difficult to find, and when you did, you wanted to like grab onto her because typically most couples when they get into the lifestyle, they're looking for a threesome. That feels like with a woman usually. That feels like a safe space to start your journey. Not everybody, obviously, but with us, that was what we were looking for, is we were looking for this mythical creature. And so, yeah, that's why we call them unicorns. They're beautiful mythical creatures. And
as a side note, they're often bisexual.
True. Not always, though.
No, well, the concept of a unicorn is a bisexual woman.
So would you say if it was a single woman that is not bisexual, is she not a unicorn now?
Single woman who's not bisexual, I would say she's a horse. She's a horse. She's not as mythical. She's not she's a Pegasus. She's a Pegasus. So it's not quite a unicorn. I'm coming up with terms now. No, I think that's what the difference lies. Because the concept of someone wanting a unicorn is the fact that they are very, very hard to find. Okay, and so they're looking for that threesome. So they want to have it be, if I'm a man with a wife and we want to bring another woman in, we want both of us to play with her. If she's not interested or you're not interested, that's okay. But that's not necessarily.
This is where terminology gets sticky and weird because there are so many variants in everything that we do here. Because I don't agree with you.
Okay.
In that I think any single woman can be known as a unicorn. They don't have to be a bisexual. You know, and it's, I mean, I don't know. Do we have to label everything? I guess we do. But, because that's what we do.
Because that's what people are asking.
But it's like, I mean, I feel like any single woman she's still going to help with that fantasy of having a threesome. She just may not want to make out with the woman. That's still, the guy is still getting what he wants. I mean, he may want to see a little girl-on-girl action, but you would not complain if we had another woman in bed with us. If she wasn't bisexual, would you have a problem with that?
No. However, if you were bisexual and you were looking for this threesome activity and you weren't getting that, then you're basically, it's about pleasuring the husband, not pleasuring everyone.
Maybe we need to like upgrade it to a single female is a unicorn, but a single a single woman is a unicorn, but a single bisexual woman is a unicorn princess.
Unicorn princess? Oh, yes. Well, now you're just making it complicated.
But all of this is complicated.
It's true.
You'd think all this terminology would simplify things. But there's always a variant. There's always something that's going to be like, but what if?
But what if, just these gray areas.
Yes.
And that, of course, leads into the other direction of that, of you have single men.
Sure.
All right, and what do we call a single man?
Well, we call single men narwhals.
Narwhals.
Because it's similar to a unicorn. They have a horn.
They have a horn.
But they're not mythical. Like, narwhals, single men are There's a lot of them.
That's interesting. I really hadn't thought about it. They're not mythical.
They're not mythical, but they're out there.
Sure.
Until they got the horn, because they're horny like the girls. But they're just not mythical.
All right. What there are other terms though. That
yeah, sure.
use.
There are other terms like bull. So we've heard some people use the term bull.
See, now I think that a bull actually is more connected to the cuckold situation, and a cuckold situation is when there is a man who is not interested in playing with others, but his wife is, and him being okay with it, she'll go off and play. And that oftentimes in that situation is called a bull.
So wait, the man who's not playing is the bull? Or the single
no, the man who's not playing is the cuckold.
Okay.
The man who is playing is the bull in that situation. But however, some people use the term bull to just kind of describe every single man.
Right.
But that technically has that little bit of a title in there in specifically a cuckold situation. Again, gray area.
Well, and then also I've heard some people use the term rhino.
Rhino, right? Yeah. They have a horn too.
They have a horn too. I don't know.
And
I'm all about the ocean though, so.
Okay.
This mermaid wants to mate with a narwhal.
Sexy? Sexy?
I don't know if I'd want to ride a rhino.
Too big a horn for you.
Maybe.
Yeah.
What else do we got?
Well, you have lots of letters in the lifestyle. Okay, so you have MFM, FMF, FMM, F, I don't know, all the Fs. All the M's
all the
and
Fs and M's.
And people are like, what are all the M's and F's and why do they have different orders to them?
There's a specific to the order.
There's a specific concept that works with the letters. So when you see MFM, all right, compared to MMF, okay? MFM, male, female, male, the males are not interacting.
All right. I feel like we need a whiteboard, like a sports board. This is a sports thing.
And then an MMF means that the two males bisexually are connecting.
Yes.
Okay, and of course with the woman as well. So that's the difference between an MFM and an MMF. And that goes the other way, the exact same way when you talk about FMF and FFM.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. If you specifically care about all those things. Realistically, with two women and a man, it's more of that bisexual situation with the women, but not necessarily. We have been in situations where the two women just, or you're bisexual in the right situation, the woman isn't, and that's perfectly fine too if that's the way that it's going to go. But that's just kind of giving you an idea when you do see specifics on those letters. I know it's confusing. But it gives you
and I don't think that, I mean, you might see something in writing, like if someone posts on a board or wherever you're meeting people on social media and they say they want an MFM, then you can know kind of what they're saying. But if you were at a party and you accidentally said the wrong thing, yeah, I'm interested in an MMF. If you say it in the wrong order, they're going to be like, I think that they would ask for clarification. So you're interested in two bisexual men and you, and then you could be like, oh, no. I'm not interested in two bisexual men. I'm interested in two straight men or whatever it is. So I don't think that you need to think too hard about it. And you could also always just say, I want another girl.
That's right. You can ignore all of these terms.
I want the unicorn princess. The bisexual woman. So, yeah, I mean, you can use more words to describe it. Okay, now it's time to talk about some ice cream flavors. Ooh, I love ice cream.
All right, so the first one that you often hear is vanilla.
Right.
Okay, so vanilla is the term for non-swinger people.
Yep.
All right.
He loves vanilla.
He actually...
That is his favorite, like, for his birthday, he always asks for vanilla cake and vanilla ice cream.
Vanilla cake, vanilla ice cream, that's like my favorite, but in this world, not so vanilla, not so vanilla. And that is just... Vanilla basically just means all of your friends and family that you don't think are in this world, they're vanilla.
Right.
Whether they're in this world or not, from your perspective, they're vanilla.
Yeah. Your co-workers,
sure,
all that, they're vanilla.
Until you run into them at the club, then they change their name.
Yes.
Now, there is a term, I would say, above that, which some people call swirl. Some people call vanilla swirl. We call chocolate chip.
Yep.
We call it Neapolitan.
Yes.
everybody calls it something
different. We always, like, I don't remember hearing that term when we first got into the lifestyle and first started doing videos and podcasts. And we just decided to call our friends Neapolitan. And those are the friends who, they know about what we do, and they're not interested at all, but they want to know all the details.
But they also might come to a party and be okay with it. They might flirt. They're more like okay in the situation of just kind of being around other lifestyle people. Lifestyle adjacent. Yeah. Sure. And as a side note, lifestyle means swingers. See, we didn't even bring up that one. Yeah, okay. So same, they're interchangeable. The lifestyle is the same as swinger. So those are those flavors. Let's see. I feel like we're missing a flavor.
Nope, we got them all.
We got all the flavors.
We got vanilla, chocolate chip,
do they call swingers any flavor? We just like all the flavors.
We just like all the flavors. No, that wouldn't be very good. It would be what your favorite flavor is. Just
sure, why not? Or you just push them all together like you do with Slurpees. Just like mix them all together.
Bubblegum flavor.
Yes.
I don't
know. Now let's get into swapping.
Ooh.
Okay.
Let's do it. So I didn't know we could do that on camera.
not on YouTube. Not on other places maybe. Okay, so let's start with soft swap. Soft swap is where you are just doing oral.
Right.
So we're together as a couple. There's another couple. I give oral to the girl, or she gives oral to me. The same thing. However, soft swap can also mean same room sex. You and I are having sex on a bed here. There's a bed right next to us with some other couple having sex. We can all see each other, but there is no crossover that way. That can also mean soft swap.
Right.
A little bit of a question mark as far as those are the types of things where you have to describe to people what you're specifically looking for. Yeah. But when you hear soft swap, it usually means oral is as far as it's going to go. Yeah. If that far.
And that's when you're having a conversation with someone and they're asking, what are you into? That seems to be the question that everybody asks now. What are you into? What's your play style? That's a great one. And then you can say, well, we're soft swap. Then that can lead to other conversations as far as what type of soft swap you're into. No one's going to hold you to something, oh, great, I get oral from that person. If you're not there, there's going to be more of a conversation. So soft swap, like all of these, there is additional conversation that needs to happen with this.
And the next one is called full swap.
Right.
Full swap is much more common after you've been doing this for any amount of time. Full swap is actual penetrative sex. So I would have sex with someone else's wife. You'd have sex with someone else's husband or wife or partner, whatever. And that's full swap.
Right.
And then you have also full swap same room and full swap separate room. Same room.
Yep. So full swap same room is going to be when you're in the same room together. I mean, it is what it sounds like. You could be in a big, huge playroom on the same mattress. A
mattress over.
Mattress is over, but in the same playroom. You could be at a hotel in the same room, the same bed, separate beds, but you're in the same room.
So the point being is I can see you playing with the other gentleman or whoever, and you could see me, and we can enjoy the other person's enjoyment by being in the same room and also making sure that they're safe and all of that kind of stuff. That is, I would say, probably the most common type of swinging situation is same room play.
Yes.
Separate room play is where you are okay with having your partner and whoever they're playing with go off and play somewhere else.
Right.
Even if it's the next room over, you are just not in the same play space. If you've ever been to here and we're playing, Bianca and I are playing separate rooms somewhere, I'll be somewhere and you can actually hear her 3 rooms away screaming really loudly.
That depends on who I'm playing with.
Touche. That's it. Very possibly you might hear her 3 rooms away from wherever I am.
So your point was, I'm okay because you can hear me?
It's a positive screaming. It's about So what's a hall pass?
Hall pass is where your partner gives you this hall pass and you can go play with whomever you want. So oftentimes you'll hear about it if you're going on vacation and your partner says, hey, go have some fun while you're on vacation. That would be considered a hall pass. It can happen at the club. You know, if Matt wasn't feeling like playing and he's like, hey, Bianca, you got a hall pass, go have some fun. Then I can go find someone to play with and have a good time while he just hangs out. So it can happen in very, different instances.
Mm-hmm. All right, moving on. How about a voyeur? A voyeur is someone who likes to watch. Mm-hmm. They're not someone who's actually playing with others. They're getting the enjoyment from watching someone else play. They might be masturbating. They might not be. They might just literally just be enjoying the show.
Live porn.
Live porn. Yeah. Live porn. And then on the opposing side of that, you have an exhibitionist. An exhibitionist is someone who likes to perform for others who like to watch.
Yeah.
And so they might enjoy being in orgies situations. They might enjoy being on a stage somewhere having sex, or on video, or porn.
We've been to parties where they have an exhibitionist room where there's a camera set up that's not recording, but it's sending the video to another room, so you can be on camera having sex, and then people can be in another room down the hall watching. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of cool.
Exhibitionists are in one room, the voyeurs are in another room.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Works for everybody.
Mm-hmm. So those are playrooms.
Right.
And playrooms, of course, when you hear that term, or play, is basically places where you have sex as a playroom. Whether it's an official playroom, like, for example, here at Club Sapphire, they have lots of playrooms in the back that are themed differently, and you can go into any of the playrooms to have sex. At an event like they do Westport takeovers 3 times a year, which is a hotel takeover, they have dedicated playrooms. But it doesn't necessarily mean that specific spot. It could be, come back to our hotel room and that's where we're going to go play. Mm-hmm. That just play is just generally means sex.
Yeah. One of Matt's favorites is the word orgy.
Orgy.
Tell us about an orgy, Matt.
Orgies are situations where there is more than 4 people playing. Mm-hmm. Okay. People have always asked me, they've been like, well, what technically says orgy? Is 4 people an orgy? Sure, why not? It doesn't even matter. 4 people is more of a full swap, if you're going by specific definitions, and 5 plus is an orgy. It really doesn't matter. A group of people generally all playing together, oftentimes what's called a puppy pile, where you literally have a pile of people, just everybody's touching, everybody's doing.
Going from person to person sometimes.
Mm-hmm, yeah. And lastly, we come to the term pineapple. Sometimes it's upside down pineapple. I've heard pineapple friends, pineapple pals, all the things. Basically, upside down pineapple is a term for swinging. Mm-hmm. It's just it's a code word that seems that a lot of people know now.
It feels like it came upon in the last year or 2 or so, and swingers have kind of just embraced it and been like, this is cool. It's like our little mascot. Yeah,
it's our mascot. So when you see somebody with an upside down pineapple out in public somewhere, you know what's going on. So yeah, these were a lot of the different types of terminology that you do hear, that you do see if you're reading online, or if you're in the Club Sapphire's group, that you might see something, you're like, oh, I don't know what that is. Then hopefully what we've been talking about has helped you a little bit. Feel free to share this video with someone who might be new to this whole thing and wanting to understand all of it.
Also, if you have a term that we didn't cover, put that in the comments. Tell us what it is and give us the definition. Maybe that'll make another video.
Absolutely, because I'm sure we did forget something.
Probably.
Or we were just absolutely wrong from your opinion of what the terminology is. And please correct us in the comments below. We'd really appreciate it. And then go to www.clubsapphire.net. Check out all the amazing events that are going on. In case you're wondering about us, we've got Tiki Night happening tonight. So we're dressed all aloha-like. And so yeah, go to their website, check out all the amazing events that are coming up. And is there anything else that you want to say?
I think you covered it all.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Take care.